Well, I already know this is going to be a very polarizing video because of the topic and subject matter at hand, but I am Black Bond. You already know. If you don't know, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the Twitter channel at Black Beer Eye, subscribe to the Weapon Wheel podcast over at Broken Games HD channel, and come watch me, Kid Smooth, Jack Move Johnny, Broken Games HD on the Weapon Wheel podcast Sundays at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. You will have a good time. I promise you. Also, the Wolf Wheel Podcast has a Patreon, so if you like our content, you want access to the After Dark, you want access to the Discord, we do have tiers for that, so you can get even more entertainment. Likewise, big things going over here. As you all know, or maybe you don't know, Bleach is back. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Bleach. I think the first two arcs are amazing. I think the third arc is one of the worst arcs in anime manga history, and the fourth arc is, it just couldn't recover from the full shitter arc, but I digress. You need to subscribe to the Phone 999. He has the best, the most legendary Bleach reviews of all time. And if you are not watching these Bleach reviews, if you are not sub to this man, then you're missing out. That's all I gotta say. So, topic of today's video. Splatoon 3 made almost 70% of all box games in September in Japan. And that's absolutely insane. That is absolutely incredible. And it just goes to show what I've been saying all along, that I've mainly been right. That Nintendo is dominant in Japan. That Nintendo controls Japan. Sony is almost irrelevant in Japan. And if Nintendo were to all of a sudden decide that they want a more traditionally powered system, then games like Tekken, games like Final Fantasy, all those kind of games would be on the Switch. And even better, they might be exclusive to the Switch. Splatoon is not only a dominant game, a dominant multiplayer game, a game that is selling, from what I last checked, was about 3 million copies in a matter of weeks, if not a month. I don't really know. I gotta get the specific numbers, but topping the charts, selling boxed, obliterating the competition. But when you think about it, Sony, and hell, even Microsoft, can't make multiplayer games that can compete with Nintendo. I repeat, Sony and Microsoft cannot make multiplayer games that can compete with Nintendo, either critically or commercially. That's right. Nintendo, with their Windows 98 operating system and their crappy online Nintendo Online Network, is dominating Nintendo and Sony when it comes to online multiplayer experiences, numerically and quantitatively and quality-wise. All three, which are 2 out of 2, because qualitative and quantity are the same damn thing, Bond. Get it together, I know. But with all the good does come the bad. Another thing I'm typically always right about: the deviance in the Nintendo community putting adult content into children's games, or games that cater to a child demographic or a younger demographic, as we say. And like I always say, get these people out of here. They don't deserve to be in here. They're just deviants. They are variants. They are irregulars. This kind of game does not need it. But unfortunately, whether it's Animal Crossing, Smash Brothers, or any online Nintendo community, Miiverse, these people try to infiltrate. But the main topic I want to talk about here is the one where everybody says I was wrong about the Nintendo Switch. And yet I said new leadership was needed. That Nintendo should fire Reggie and fire that man. Now, neither of those things happened. Neither of those two things happened, but that man and Reggie are no longer with the company. And as I said, without that man is a new era of Nintendo coming. And as we can all see, 110 million Switches have been sold. You look at the charts over in Japan, Nintendo's dominating the charts. You look at the MPDs, Nintendo's dominating the MPDs. Nintendo is dominating all three regions. No Reggie, no that man, no problem. Nintendo's mopping it up. They don't need these streaming services or these insane subscription plans and models. Nintendo, for better or for worse, keeps it simple. Make a good game, sell a good game. Make money, make a good game, sell a good game. Make more money, make a good game, sell a good game. Rinse and repeat. They're not in this whole acquisition war. They're not in this let's spend billions of dollars to get studios or IPs and things. They make a good game, they sell a good game, they make money. So, like I said, it'll be interesting to see where the future will go if Nintendo has more powerful hardware per se, because the way Sony is right now, they're a Japanese company, but they don't act like a Japanese company. They're a Japanese company that caters to Western consumers. That's my opinion. That's my view. And where they are right now would be the maximum potential, the absolute ceiling per se of what Microsoft, a Western company could be, where Sony is at right now. Because to me, they're not taking back Japan anymore from Nintendo, unless Nintendo does some insane thing like not use CDs. They'd have to do something to that equivalent to mess us up now. Sony is pretty much pushed out. That's why they got rid of Japan studios. That's why they're not partnering with as many Japanese studios. That's why their games cater to Western audiences. That's why their high selling games cater to Western audiences. That's why they're pushing games like God of War, Marvel properties, Spider Man, you name it. They purchased Bungie, you name it. They are a Japanese company with a Western ideology. They're pushing their games out on PC. They're doing live service games. They want their games on PC within a year. Sony is now acting Western. Microsoft is Western. Microsoft's ceiling is currently Sony's regular. Nintendo now owns Japan, and like I said, no Reggie, no problem. Know that man, no problem. Is what it is, people. You don't gotta like it. You don't have to hate it. You can hate it, but guess what? You do have to, like my 5-0 Eagles, you have to accept it. Undefeated of the East, Master Bond, we signing out. Take it easy.